Welcome to another episode of Gaming and Performance. I'm your host and I'm back with another video, and this time I want to discuss with you the differences between skill-based matchmaking and engagement optimized matchmaking and why it is not a good idea to call one the other. When you mean to actually say, I see a lot of sponsors in my videos where they mean to say engagement optimized matchmaking, but they're calling it skill-based matchmaking. So I thought I'd make a video trying to explain the difference between the two, how even though they both work together for the same reason, for the same results, which is to give you a horrible gameplay experience, they both have two separate purposes that I want to explain in this video. Now, I want to make it clear that the makers of this game have never openly came out and explained skill-based matchmaking or engagement optimized matchmaking. So this is just in my opinion. However, due to the influx of information and material presented to us through patents, we now have an understanding that this mechanic or gameplay design is in this game, and that we have something to go on to explain the experiences that we've been having in this game. And because of that is why I present to you this video. So let me begin by saying, I will preface this by saying that this is in my humble opinion. You see, when reverse boosting, you only get the movement accuracy that the game was designed for. That's the key here. Otherwise, you are hampered or hindered from the actual gameplay mechanics as designed. That's the issue with skill-based matchmaking, as some other people call it, engagement optimized matchmaking. And it's really called engagement optimized matchmaking and not skill-based matchmaking. More on this later. During my experience reverse boosting, it does not put me in bot lobbies. What I've noticed that with reverse boosting, it put me in random lobbies. Skill-based matchmaking can be positive, negative, or neutral. Positive skill-based matchmaking puts me into bot lobbies, plain and simple. Nuking every time when I'm in a positive skill-based matchmaking. It doesn't happen too often though. Negative skill-based matchmaking puts me into sweat lobbies, and more often than not, those lobbies do have cheaters in them. And this is what I experience the most when I do not reverse boost. Every match is a negative skill-based matchmaking lobby. And that's what made me investigate this, because it was getting to so bad that I was having a negative win-loss ratio in my games that just didn't make any sense. Why am I losing all the time? It's because with that negative aspect of skill-based matchmaking, what happens is you're putting into games already in progress where you're putting on the losing team because most of the people have rage quit. So it's filling in, and you're earmarked for that match. Regardless of what you're looking for, you're going to be earmarked for that match. You ever try to look for a specific match or for a specific game mode, and you're taking out of it and you're putting to that match? That's happened to me. I know it's happened to you. You didn't ask for this. Your search parameters are set for this, but then you get that. That's the negative aspect of skill-based matchmaking. Now, neutral puts you into random lobbies, and that's what I experience most out of reverse boosting. Most of my matches are neutral. You get good players sometimes and you get bad players sometimes on your team, and vice versa on the other team, but it's more normalized. It's not every match, it's not every other match. One thing I noticed, that even though I don't get nukes, I have a much more enjoyable gameplay experience whether I win or lose. That's the goal for me. I want to be in the neutral lobbies. I want neutral skill-based matchmaking. That's what makes the game fun. Now let me move on. Engagement optimized matchmaking can also be positive, negative, or neutral. If positive, you're in a lobby or match where hit registration, movement, and aim down sight speed, etc. is enhanced. That's better hit fire accuracy, faster movement speeds, faster aim down sight speeds. With the other account that I have that is below a 1 KD, this is what I see the most. I can take any gun and hit fire and be as accurate as if I'm aiming down sight. That is a mechanic that is in this game for whatever reason. It shouldn't be. That's the opposite side of being hampered, is to be enhanced. There's nothing positive about being enhanced. There's nothing positive about me being able to run around the map, hip firing and hit shotting people all over the place. That's not fair to the other players who are skilled. It's not fair to the other players who are not as skilled. And that is a huge problem. I don't see that as being better. But anyway, when you're negative, side of EOMM, you are in a lobby or match where all gameplay mechanics are hampered, and that is movement and aim down sight and hit registration is all reduced to a point where you are an actual bot in the match, even though you're a skilled player, because you cannot aim down sight fast enough to be effective against the people you play against. You cannot move fast enough to hide under cover because you're a walking target during that match and your bullets don't register. And that is just as bad as being enhanced because it makes the game rigged. If the existence of EOMM must be there, you would want the neutral aspect of it, which is that the gameplay mechanics are normal. It should be normal. You should not have an EOMM at all. The gameplay mechanics should be normal for everyone, and that their skill set would improve given the opportunity to play the game long enough to figure out how to be better at the game. But you can never be better if your accuracy and hit fire is enhanced, and you can never be better when you're hampered. The YouTubers you see getting nukes every match are most likely cheating, and at times are on the positive side of both EOMM and SBMM, which means that they are whitelisted. Whitelisted and cheating is a common occurrence from what I've been researching. This system setup in COD seems to be very convoluted in how it works, with EOMM and SBMM doing separate things but working towards the same goal. It's a gated guardian, can prevent or allow you to have a good or bad gaming experience with no justification as to why it exists beyond some sort of vague opinion about humans. I do thank you for your time. Hope this makes sense to you. Have a good one.